A rights group, the Foundation for Environmental Rights Advocacy and Development, FENRAD, has condemned the gruesome murder of a youth leader in Okon, Aku-Ohafia, Abia State, Igwe Akuma Akwu, and demanded justice and accountability. The group, in a statement made available to The Guardian on Sunday night by its executive director, Comrade Nelson Nnanna Nwafor, expressed regret that despite the deceased's repeated complaints that his life, property and family were under threat, little or nothing was done by relevant authorities to protect him. Nwafor described the killing as a grave violation of the fundamental right to life and a disturbing manifestation of the growing culture of violence and impunity in the country. The statement read, "The Foundation for Environmental Rights Advocacy Development, FENRAD, a human rights and public accountability watchdog, strongly condemns the killing of Igwe Akuma Akwu, describing it as a grave violation of the fundamental right to life and a disturbing manifestation of the growing culture of violence and impunity in our society." FENRAD notes with deep concern that the deceased had, prior to his death, consistently raised alarms over threats to his life, publicly drawing attention to attacks on his person, property and family, and calling for protection and intervention by relevant authorities. These warnings, which were widely documented, represented clear early warning signals that unfortunately did not receive the urgent and decisive response required of security institutions. The group warned that when reported threats to life are allegedly ignored, public trust in state institutions is eroded and perpetrators are emboldened to carry out avoidable heinous acts. This tragic incident underscores a systemic failure in the protection of citizens, particularly those who raise legitimate security concerns and exercise their right to freedom of expression. When threats are reported and ignored, perpetrators are emboldened and lives are placed at avoidable risk. FENRAD is further alarmed by the increasing pattern of violent attacks and intolerance within public and civic spaces. Such acts, when left unaddressed, erode public trust in state institutions and weaken the rule of law, it stated. The organization called for swift action, including an unbiased and transparent investigation into the circumstances surrounding the killing. FENRAD's calls to action, in line with its mandate to promote human rights, accountability and justice, include an immediate, thorough and transparent investigation into the killing of Igwe Akuma Akwu by relevant security agencies, and the arrest and prosecution of all individuals connected to this crime, without bias, fear or favor, the statement said. FENRAD also called for a review of the security response architecture to reported threats and early warning signals. A review of security response mechanisms to reported threats and early warning signals, to prevent recurrence of similar tragedies, and institutional accountability for any lapses or negligence that may have contributed to the failure to protect the deceased, it advised. Standing in solidarity with the victim's family and community, Nwafor stressed that justice must not be compromised. Justice for Igwe Akuma Akwu is not optional, it is a constitutional and moral imperative. Failure to ensure accountability in this case will only reinforce the dangerous perception that violence carries no consequences. FENRAD stands in solidarity with the family and community of the deceased and reaffirms its commitment to sustained advocacy for justice, human rights protection and an end to impunity. Quote,